going up forever, Wall.
You're against Bitcoin, you're against freedom.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Simply Bitcoin, the #1 daily live Bitcoin show on YouTube, Twitter, and Rumble. We cover breaking news, culture, and nomadic warfare, and we bring on Bitcoiners from all around the world, from the biggest names to just the everyday Bitcoiner, the savage Bitcoiner, and we will be your guide through the separation of money and state. And do not get fooled by the price. We are seeing this happen in real time. Fiat currencies are collapsing against Bitcoin. Bitcoin breaks all-time high in market cap. It's rallying above 66K right now. And it looks like it's en route to pass all-time high before having cue the bull began its run meme. It's going up forever. And it feels good being vindicated as a Bitcoiner. You know, it was a long bear market. Everyone called us an idiot. And here we are. And we're starting to get the texts and the calls from our friends and family asking us, is it time to buy Bitcoin? It's always a good time to buy Bitcoin. But of course, let's not get caught up in the hype. And this is why in the numbers, I wanted to play this video that just got dropped of Jack Mallers on the corporate press this morning. And again, he keeps dropping the signal to remind us why we're here and why the Bitcoin price is pumping. And again, you know, we all get caught up in the price, but we will be talking about Bitcoin's market cap breaking all-time high. We're going to compare it to other assets and where Bitcoin is. You know, it's closing in on silver's market cap. And of course, we're seeing that there might be some signs, and I don't want to get into the doom and gloom here, but there might be some signs of trouble in the traditional financial world. But all of us Bitcoiners are just enjoying life because the Bitcoin price is pumping and fiat is collapsing against Bitcoin in real time. Man, I hope you guys have been stacking. I hope you continue to stack because it looks like we are entering the bull market, the next leg of the bull market, and it's going to be a great 18 months. And we haven't even hit the halving yet. We haven't even seen true scarcity hit the market. We haven't even seen the FOMO from retail. We're seeing the institutional FOMO. Oh, man, it's going to be a great 18 months, and you're on the front lines. You are the smart ones that were stacking while everyone told us we were dumb. Feels good, man. It feels good to win. Anyways, I'm not alone today. As you guys can tell, I'm hosting the show. Nico's still in Madeira. I think he's actually en route right now. I think he's in, 35,000 feet up in the air right now, but the show goes on. But I do have a special co-host with me today. Shouts out to TK. He's been on the show a few times, a Simply Bitcoin Telegram OG, and a Bitcoin content creator in his own right. So TK, thanks for coming on today. Thanks for filling in today. And man, it's going to be a great show. How you doing, bro?
Wonderful. 67K. Ripping it.
67. We're at 67 already.
67.
Wow.
If you're paying attention to the live chat, you would saw 67K.
Dude, I'm doing this live. I'm doing the live show, not the live chat. But hey, dude, what are we going to touch all-time high today on the live stream? What is going on?
All-time high. Let's do it.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. All right. Well, we also have a guest. Shouts out to Jose. He wants to talk about a cool project he's working on, timechaincube.com. And also, you guys know, last week I brought on my buddy Andres of Viva Bitcoin. Well, Jose is also a part of that. So we got some culture for you guys. We got some signal. We got some cool projects out there. So, man, good to have you, Jose. Super excited for today's show. How you doing, brother?
Very well. Thanks for having me, bro. Simply Bitcoin has helped me not be a shitcoiner. So
let's go.
I love you guys.
Let's go. We're doing the work out here. I really appreciate it, man. It always blows my mind. Like, we've had a few examples the last week of people coming on the show and they're like, dude, you guys helped us become Bitcoiners. And, you know, we forget sometimes that we're actually helping people out there because we just like talking to our computer. It's like hanging out with your boys, just chatting. And then you forget that there's other people watching. So, man, Jose, I really appreciate it. But without further ado, guys, let's get into today's show. And of course, first thing on the docket, guys, is shouts out to Bitcoin Well, bitcoinwell.com. Make sure you are signing up to the Bitcoin jackpot contest, bitcoinwell.com/app. You guys can see on the screen, there's another URL, but I think if you just go bitcoinwell.com/app, you will get signed into the jackpot. The jackpot right now is currently at 1.5 million sats. So the more people sign up, the more referrals we get, the more sats you can potentially win. And of course, Bitcoin Well is a publicly traded company under the ticker. I just learned this, under the ticker BCNWF in the US markets. They just expanded to America from Canada. It's a Bitcoin only exchange with self-custody by default. This is the way, guys. You need to take your Bitcoin into custody, and they want your feedback, guys. So get in touch with the Bitcoin Well team. Use the platform. Tell them how we can make the best self-custodying Bitcoin exchange possible. Go to bitcoinwell.com and sign up today. This is the way, guys. All right, let's get into the numbers.
The Bitcoin numbers.
Is your Bitcoin in cold storage really secure? Is your seed phrase really secure? Stamp Seed's do-it-yourself kit has everything you need to hammer your seed words into commercial-grade titanium plates instead of just writing them on paper. Don't store your generational wealth on paper. Paper is prone to water damage, fire damage. You want to put your generational wealth on one of the strongest metals on planet Earth, titanium. Your words are actually stamped into this metal plate with this hammer and these letter stamps. And once your words are in, they aren't going anywhere. No risk of the plate breaking apart and pieces falling everywhere. Titanium stamped seeds will survive nearly triple the heat produced by a house fire. They're also crush-proof, waterproof, non-corrosive, and time-proof. All things that paper is not, allowing you to hodl your Bitcoin with peace of mind for the long haul. Stamp your seed on Stamp Seed.
Of course, guys, we made it easy for you. Scan the QR code. Wait, over there. The mirror is confusing me this morning. Stamp the QR code. Make sure you are not leaving your seed phrase on a piece of paper in your sock drawer. Put it on something indestructible like titanium. All right, guys, let's get into the numbers because, hey, man, the numbers it's getting crazy out there, man. It's getting crazy. And of course, you know, like Bitcoin price going up, but the only number that really matters is the block height. TikTok next block. It's almost like Bitcoin works. It's almost like it works exactly as designed. And we are reaching, we're reaching a new block height every 10 minutes, roughly every 10 minutes. And we're currently at a block height of 833,131. And the Bitcoin price is at $67,400. Let's go. It's pumping.
Come on, all time.
It's pumping because Simply Bitcoin is on. Remember the old meme? The price used to pump when we went live, and now, hey, we're back. We're so back. Anyways, the sats per dollar, aka how much Bitcoin you can buy for a single dollar, aka how much your dollar is worth in Bitcoin, is currently at 1,484 sats. Wow, we're getting close to under 1,000 sats. That's crazy. All right, the total percentage. Yeah, it's getting depressing out there. The total percentage of Bitcoin that will ever be issued, I repeat, that will ever be issued, is at 93.54%. The market cap of Bitcoin in dollar terms is at $1.32 trillion. Wow, I think we just hit the silver market cap. So if the price goes up past $68,000, I think we just surpassed the silver market cap, but we're kissing it right now. Absolutely incredible. We'll get into that in the news. The realized monetary inflation, taking fiat currencies to school, is at 1.74% and going down in April. Oh, man, it's almost like Bitcoin is the hardest money in the world. And the Bitcoin versus gold market cap is at 9.59%. We're almost at 10% of the gold market cap. Wow, only 0.5% until we get to 10% of the gold market cap. Incredible. I think when we first started covering this number, we were at like 3%. Now we're at 10%. Man, we're coming for gold. We're coming for the gold bugs. Let's go. The total Lightning Bitcoin capacity, public Bitcoin capacity, is 4,400.71 BTC, and the hash rate the last 90 days, roughly around 535.5 exahashes. It seems like the miners are slowing down, so we can hit the meme date of the halving of April 20th, 2024, and we are 6,869 blocks till the halving. It's coming, guys. It's coming. Incredible. All right, of course, got to update you guys on the spot Bitcoin ETF numbers. Even though we are custody maxis here, Wall Street is still scooping up an insane amount of Bitcoin. It's absolutely insane how much Bitcoin they're scooping up. If you follow along, BlackRock's been taking up thousands of Bitcoin a day. You can see it went up 1,000 over the weekend. I don't even know how that's possible. Maybe it was by the time we ended the show to the end of the day close, they got another 1,000 Bitcoin in there. So BlackRock ETF, 164,501 Bitcoin. The Fidelity, 104,128, and just head and shoulders above everyone else. So it looks like there's some clear winners in the ETF game, and it's only getting crazier. Remember, it took Michael Saylor about 3 to 4 years to get close to 1% of the Bitcoin supply. And BlackRock comes in 6, 7, 8 weeks and is already there. It goes to show you one thing. The clients of BlackRock, Wall Street, they are so interested in Bitcoin. They want your Bitcoin. So make sure you're taking that Bitcoin into custody and holding it in cold storage. All right, now guys, before I get into some bullish stuff and we talk about the Bitcoin market cap reaching all-time highs, we talk about it about to, surpass silver. We talk about all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Let's play this video by Jack Mallers. It is a 10-minute video. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm just going to play the first few minutes, because I think he very simply, and that's the goal here, is let's propagate the Bitcoin memes so that normal people know what's going on. We don't have to think, boy, this stuff. Just very simply, keep it simple, explaining why Bitcoin is going up. And Jack Mallers, he's the king of this. So he's on CNBC this morning, and he just, continues to beat the drum on why Bitcoin is the only asset in the world where more demand can't find more supply. And this is why we're seeing the price pump. So I'm going to play the first 2.5 minutes. It is on 1.25x. So, Jack Mallers talks fast, but hey, our brains work at 1.25 anyway. So let's hear this conversation and then we'll talk about it.
Mallers, he's the CEO of Strike. Jack, it is great to see you. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Kate, I'm pumped. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm sure one of the reasons you are pumped is because of the price of Bitcoin. What do you think is driving some of the price action? You have been a longtime advocate, investor. What's going on with the price above 60,000 this week?
Totally. The price of Bitcoin does not suck. I think the price action is a lot simpler than people make it out to be. It's because Bitcoin is the only asset in the world where more demand can't find more supply. It's a demand supply shock to the upside. What's important for your viewers is contrast that against something like gold or something like a stock of a company. There's a lot more gold in the ground, in the earth, but there's not enough demand for us to go dig it out of the ground. If there was enough demand for gold, we would find more gold. Let's take Facebook stock, for example. If there was enough bidders for Facebook stock or Meta stock, Zuckerberg would issue more. He'd split the stock, right? So more demand, Kate, always finds more supply, except for Bitcoin. It's the only monetary asset in the world where that's not true. So more demand has to find a higher price. More demand, the supply is coming from existing holders. It's not coming out of the ground. It's not coming from a stock split. Does that make sense? So they're going to have to get the price high enough for a holder like me to be willing to sell it to BlackRock. And they got a lot more to go to bid to the upside to find that. So you're just seeing price discovery in a very scarce asset. That's it.
And now I think a lot of people's cost base is now that Bitcoin is back near an all-time high. I think that's also an important dynamic too, that fewer people are holding Bitcoin at a loss, I would think, and maybe are a little less eager to sell and take profits. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, but I also think what you're starting to listen, Bitcoin's been in a bull market for 15 years now. The highs have always been higher. The lows have always been higher.
But it's been in a bull market, but you've seen these dramatic, jumps and falls from all-time high. That's fair.
But yes, of course. I'm not trying to gaslight you, but bear with me for a second, because the highs are always higher and the lows are always higher. How else would you expect a new form of money to really be adopted? You want it to be a straight line? I mean, come on, what is this, Cartoon Network? So the reality, Kate, that I think is that holders of Bitcoin are starting to realize that it's the most performant money. It's always the most performant thing in their portfolio. So as Bitcoin gets distributed and recycled through holders and holders and holders, the people that are now holding it as this asset matures are never getting rid of it. Because Kate, as long as I have my house, I have my car, I paid off my college tuition, I paid off my credit card, exchange it and sell it for what? For what? It's the hardest money. It's the scarcest asset. It's the most performant thing in everyone's portfolio time and time and time again. So I think it's going to be very difficult for Wall Street to pry it out of the hands of people like me. They're going to have to bid the thing way up there because there's none left.
Well, Wall Street does seem to be getting in on it.
All right, guys, go watch the whole clip. It's a great clip. Jack Ballers out there. I absolutely love when he goes on corporate press because he just reframes the whole conversation. Instead of being reactive, he's just always on the offense and just like blowing their minds. And he even kind of trolled. He's all like, yeah, I'm not trying to gaslight you, but Bitcoin's been in a bull run since its inception of 15 years. And it's something I say here all the time on Simply Bitcoin and anyone that I talk to. It's like once you get on the Bitcoin standard, once you start saving in Bitcoin and you really understand what you're holding, aka 21 million hard cap, you're holding a percentage of a digital scarce asset, something you can't create more of. What's the alternative? You're going to go back to infinite paper printing? Like, no, there's a one-way route here when you are a Bitcoiner, and it is Bitcoin. You're never going to go back to the fiat life raft, and it's just so simple. Everything else you can make more of, but they can't make more Bitcoin. And this is why we're seeing the price go up. So as much as we're going to cover all of these different receipts and these different data points of what's actually, making the price of Bitcoin go up, if you just keep it very simple, guys, there is more demand for a hard capped, limited supply of Bitcoin. And this is why the price has to go up. They have to incentivize you to sell your Bitcoin. And of course, hey, once you're a Bitcoiner, you don't go back to the fiat world. So they're gonna have to pump this price up real high for us to sell our Bitcoin for more paper money. We're in this for the long run. We're in for the hodl for as we say, generational wealth. We're doing this to literally change the trajectory of our ancestors and our bloodlines. Like, we are in this for the long run, and we want to exchange our Bitcoin for things directly. We don't want to sell this for Bitcoin. We want to participate in the circular economy, and it's happening in real time. And guys, vindicated. We're right. And now the whole world and all of the collectivist press out there is going to have to wrap their brains around why Bitcoin is pumping. It's going to be so beautiful to see their minds explode in the next 18 months. And man, it's such a beautiful time to be a Bitcoiner. Anyways, TK, what's your thoughts on this Jack Ballers clip?
I've actually been tuning into Jack's recent pods because he's actually revived his podcast again. And it's actually been pretty good. It's been pretty good, especially the ones with his dad. His dad's a pretty fucking based Bitcoiner. And they have a good way of putting into frame the halving coming up of how it's like, because it's a commodity, that it can actually be seen in a light of not necessarily, I can't remember exactly how he framed it, but just go listen to the episode. It's really good. He's got a way of articulating exactly what it is. But I mean, Jack, he's legit. I mean, even his get on zero, like, just live on credit cards and just sell your Bitcoin once a month to cover your rent and pay off your credit card bill. And like, that's like the perfect way. Zero exposure to dollars. I'm like legitimately getting to the point now where I'm like, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Maybe I should start doing that. Because if you think about it, you break it down, you're getting paid in Bitcoin fully. You're holding more Bitcoin for longer periods of time. Therefore, you're getting more exposure to the price appreciation of Bitcoin. And why would you want to be short Bitcoin holding dollars? Fuck that. Fiat dies.
Yeah, unironically got myself on zero fiat, and it's the best decision I ever made. It's like, all right, the bear market was kind of rough, but hey, now it feels pretty good. It feels pretty great. And then also, breaking. Shouts out to Hard Hodl. Apparently, Coinbase circuit breakers hit again, which means the demand is back, guys. We are pumping so hard. Every time Coinbase goes down, that the circuit breakers were hit, and the demand is outpacing the supply. Exactly what Jack Mallers was just saying. So, guys, hopefully, first, you're not using Coinbase, but second, you don't have any coins on an exchange. So, hey, just bull market things, guys. It's just bull market things. Anyways, Jose, what's your thoughts on all this?
Man, I love Jack saying that it's like we've been on a fucking bull run for the last 15 years, and he's low-key right if you look at the graph, right? And then there's nothing that signals to me that we're in a bull market than when my wife asks me like, "Hey, how much Bitcoin do we have?" Right? So it's like, just those two things. It's awesome, man.
Man, yeah. The best indicator is when your friends and family start asking you about Bitcoin, and you're like, okay, we're in the bull market. But as everyone's saying in the chat, the real bull run indicator is when Coinbase goes down, guys. They're killing it. Just so good out there. Shouts out to Coinbase. You know, they're really doing the work for us. It's like when you have these indicators, like, oh, there's circuit breakers hit. All right, there's way too much demand out there. Love to see it. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys, let's get into the news because I got a bunch of stuff for you guys.
The Daily News.
I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Foundation Devices. It's self-custody done right. They built a premium grade hardware wallet called Passport right here in the US. It's fully open source and verifiable. It's the most intuitive Bitcoin wallet designed with a UX reminiscent of a simple feature phone. So you will know how to navigate it and use it the moment you pick it up. Get your Bitcoin off exchanges and into your own hands in just a few minutes. Experience the peace of mind that comes with taking ownership of your own keys. After a massive sellout during Bitcoin Miami 2023, the Passport is back in stock at foundationdevices.com. Bitcoin only, open source verifiable, completely air-gapped security model, gorgeous design craft, premium grade materials. If you're thinking about getting your Bitcoin off exchanges, this is the one for you. Check out the Passport link in the show notes below to learn more.
All right, guys, hit the QR code. Don't think about taking your Bitcoin off an exchange. I just talked about Coinbase. Take it off exchanges today. Make sure you're securing your Bitcoin. And man, it's going crazy. Everyone in the chat's like, yo, are we going to break all-time high today? I don't know, but it looks like we're going to at least kiss all-time high this week. Will we have it by today? Who knows? But man, you need to take your Bitcoin into custody. Things are getting frothy out there in Bitcoin price land. It's absolutely incredible. All right, so first news story I want to cover. I'm going to just string together all these news stories, and TK and Jose, you guys can just pick and choose what you want to hit on. I'm just going to run through it because there's a lot to talk about here. So last week we covered the fact that the EIA had temporarily suspended their Bitcoin mining survey, emergency energy survey. And so I just brought it up, U.S. Energy Data Agency to temporarily suspend Bitcoin miners survey after lawsuit. Well, update on that over the weekend. Shouts out to Pierre Rochard over at Riot Blockchain. The Riot's, just the forefront of this with the Texas Blockchain Council, and they fully destroyed the survey, breaking the Biden administration, or the Energy Information Administration is canceling the fake Bitcoin mining emergency declaration and destroying the data that it illegally collected. The government is going to restart the process the legal way with public notice and comment. And the government is also paying attorney fees for Bitcoin miners. So let's just look into the screenshot. We'll just read the first paragraph. So the parties agree as follows. Defendants agree that the EIA will destroy any information that it has already received in response to the emergency survey. The EIA receives if they receive additional information, they will destroy the data. The EIA will sequester and keep confidential any information it has received or will receive in response to the EIA emergency survey. So just a quick update on that. We won, guys. We won that battle. Obviously, they're not going to go away. I'm sure they're going to rebrand this, and they're going to try to come back and continue to dox miners and dox where you're getting your electricity production. But a win is a win, guys. A win is a win. And shouts out to Riot Blockchain and the Texas Blockchain Council for suing them and getting this nuked before it does more damage than it does. And on that point, we also saw this weekend that Australia's biggest bank, the Commonwealth Bank, is limiting monthly Bitcoin purchases. So I'm going to go over a lot of currencies right now, a lot of fiat currencies. And last week, remember, I brought up a tweet by Balaji. I have it here again, that Bitcoin hit all-time high in 30 plus fiat currencies. Well, we're hitting all-time high in some of the biggest currencies in the world right now. And we're almost looking to hit all-time high in Bitcoin and US dollars today. So we have a screenshot here from Commonwealth Bank, and it goes, your recent payment to a cryptocurrency exchange has been declined because, quote, you have exceeded the monthly cryptocurrency limit. Commonwealth Bank has introduced these limits to help protect you from frauds and scammers. That's right. We're protecting you from getting your money out of the fiat system. And the payment limit applies across all of your accounts for the calendar month and resets each month. So maybe if you're in Australia, you want to open up another bank account, or maybe you just get completely out of the banks and you just hold Bitcoin, because it looks like, Bitcoin hit an all-time high in Australian dollars, and they're limiting you from escaping the sinking ship that is the Australian dollar.
It's the Great Barrier Reef peso. The Great
Yes.
Barrier Reef peso.
Exactly, guys. So, again, our job here at Simply Bitcoin is to constantly hold up a mirror and show the hypocrisy of the traditional financial system, of the politicians, of the corporate press, of all of the influencers out there that are against Bitcoin, they're against freedom. And look at this, their currency is collapsing against Bitcoin. And what do the banks do? They're like, yeah, sorry, we're going to protect you from frauds and scams. And you can't escape the fiat currency of your choice or of your local nation. And you can't go into Bitcoin because, guys, we're here to protect you. When in reality, they're just protecting themselves. We know the game. And then furthermore, again, just showing you that Bitcoin is hitting all-time highs in some of the longest standing fiat currencies in the world. It hit all-time high in the pound. It hit all-time high in the Canadian dollar. It hit all-time. Yeah, exactly. Moose shekels. It hit all-time high in the New Zealand dollars. And of course, like we just noticed, it hit all-time high in Australian dollars. But remember, last week when we played this, it hit all-time high in 30 plus currencies. It looks like fiat currencies are collapsing in real time against Bitcoin. They are crashing against hard cap scarcity, and the world is starting to wake up. This is why Wall Street is looking to Bitcoin. This is why retail is going to wake up to the Bitcoin FOMO, because we all have the same problem. Fiat currencies are melting ice cubes. We are all losing purchasing power. What's Jack Mallers say? 8 billion people all have the same problem, and the problem is fiat currency and looking for an alternative way to store your value through space and time. This is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the superior money technology, and we're going to constantly not only show the hypocrisy of the corporate press, of the politicians and the bankers, but we won't just whine about it. There is a solution, and it is Simply Bitcoin. Not just watching Simply Bitcoin, it is holding Bitcoin for the long term. Be Bitcoin only, avoid the shit coins, make your life easier, keep it simple, stupid. And on that note, this morning when TK popped in, we were just laughing about how many short sellers out there are getting absolutely nuked. This came out this morning by Watcher Guru, just in $69 million worth of Bitcoin shorts liquidated in the past 24 hours. We are entering the next leg of the bull market. Do not short Bitcoin right now, but actually, hey, continue to short Bitcoin, because that's just going to make the price pump. So now's the time to long Bitcoin, but hey, stupid is what stupid does. And on that note, guys, as we're seeing right now in real time, and this is old now, Bitcoin market cap hits new all-time high. We have the chart here. The last time we were at this high was in 2021, early 2022, and now Bitcoin, as we showed this morning, is at $1.32 trillion, and that goes to my next point here. Here is Bitcoin top assets by market cap, and this hasn't updated yet, so let me update this. All right, look, we're on the heels of silver's market cap. Silver market cap at $1.35 trillion. Bitcoin market cap is at $1.32 trillion. So look, we are literally demonetizing silver in real time. Silver is going to be in our rear view mirror probably by the end of the day, but at least by the end of the week. And when we break all-time high, we have officially dethroned silver in the total asset market cap. And it just goes to show, guys, all roads lead to Bitcoin. And soon enough, like I said earlier, we're at 10% of the gold market cap, and we're coming for gold. But on that note, gold also hit an all-time high. And what's this mean for all of us hard money advocates? Well, where there's smoke, there's fire. And shouts out the Radar Hits. I'm pretty sure this is Bitcoin Archive as well on another account. And he goes, something does not seem right. Friday, the White House, unprompted, says the banking system is, quote, sound and resilient. On Monday, Bitcoin smashes 67K and gold at all-time highs over $2,100. Both assets considered hedges against systemic risk. Is there another banking crisis? I don't know. We don't need to speculate on the doom and gloom of this. All we know is hodl Bitcoin, hold Bitcoin, and you're good to go. So, man, a lot of stuff covered there, but it feels good. You know, Bitcoin market cap all-time high. We're dethroning silver. And you guys continue to hodl. We're just starting to see the beginning of institutional FOMO. We haven't even seen retail FOMO. So it's going to be a crazy, crazy 18 months moving forward. And again, we saw someone in the chat on Rustin's video say, oh, all Simply Bitcoin does is sell FOMO here. Yes, we are bull-hearted Bitcoiners. And all the signs are pointing towards a marvelous Bitcoin bull run. And hey, look, tell me who doesn't have a bag of Bitcoin, and I'll tell you who's flooding Bitcoin. So, guys, maybe you should have stacked more Bitcoin, and you wouldn't be mad about the FOMO. But again, take your Bitcoin into custody. You know, we will probably be covering price movements, even though we try not to speculate. This is news happening right now. Bitcoin's breaking market cap all-time highs. We're seeing gold even hit all-time highs, which means that the hard money gang is getting a little more excited because fiat currencies are melting in real time and people are looking for an alternative. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a crazy, crazy 18 months moving into 2025. But anyways, I've ranted enough. TK, what's your thoughts on this?
So I want to go to the Australian Commonwealth nonsense, because at one point they're saying we're going to limit you the amount of money that you can actually spend on Bitcoin through cryptocurrency exchanges, but yet we're going to allow you to have access to buy the Bitcoin ETF on the other end. So they're like speaking out of both sides of their mouth at the same time. It's like, so wait, it's okay if I buy it through you and you custody it for me, but you won't allow me to buy it in custody. So it's like, that doesn't make any sense. And then talking about the all-time highs and every other currency. Well, last time we hit all-time high, the US dollar and everything else simultaneously hit all-time high. Everybody else who's hitting all-time highs before the US dollar, just know you got stolen from a whole lot more than everybody else in the US dollar terms faster. So, I mean, get out of those shit coins. They're worse. You got to remember, everything goes to the dollar. Everything is reminiscent of what the dollar's doing. So if the dollar hasn't hit all-time highs and you're already hit all-time high like last week, you got stolen from that much more this last cycle.
Yeah, hold on. Someone said hit the horns. We're hitting the horn. All right, we got a question in the chat. Someone asked, how close is Bitcoin to the gold market cap? Well, the gold market cap went up a little bit. It's close to, it's $14.2 trillion. You can see the gold price is $2,126, and Bitcoin is at $1.32 trillion. So, like I showed it earlier today, we're close to 10% of the gold market cap, and we're coming for gold. You know, we're not happy with just going past, you know, Alphabet and Amazon and Saudi Aramco and Nvidia and Apple and Microsoft. We're going for gold. And then once we surpass gold, we're going for the $900 trillion of total addressable assets. You know, if we just get a portion of that, like, we're going to be good, guys. It's going to be great. Anyways, Jose, what's your thoughts on all this?
Man, I just like I like the fact that that Bitcoin just keeps getting attention because it's so hard to understand. You know what I mean? Like for a lot of people, it's very hard to understand. So like you can buy a silver coin and watch it, right? Like, oh, it's this price, or a gold coin, and you're like, boom, and then you see the charts. Like, dude, Bitcoin is catching up to this physical like value, bro. Like we're getting there, man. So I just love to see that.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you know, we always say, like, what's the old meme? You know, all press is good press. Well, again, you know, we can always reframe this. And this is why I think it's really hilarious when people are like, oh, you guys are just bulltards and you guys are just, you know, selling FOMO to people. Guys, it's all good for Bitcoin. Reframe everything into the idea that it's all good for Bitcoin. Whether they're talking bad about Bitcoin, whether they're talking good about Bitcoin, it's all good for Bitcoin. The only thing we should be worried about is people not talking about Bitcoin. Like, they're talking about Bitcoin. Again, this is the meme of the multiple touch points of Bitcoin, where most people need a few touches to Bitcoin. You know, the first time you heard about Bitcoin, you dismiss it. And then, I don't know, depending on the person, maybe you need like 5 touch points of Bitcoin. And then you realize, oh, wait, Bitcoin didn't die. I thought it died in 2022. And wait, now it's breaking all-time highs. And now inflation's going up. I don't know if you guys saw, but the New York Times did an article this weekend about shrinkflation. And they're doing the same thing, but to reverse. They're trying to reframe shrinkflation. This is a good thing for you. And we're just like, what is going on? Like your life is getting cheaper on the Bitcoin standard and it's getting more expensive on the fiat standard. So more people are feeling the pain. And the more they talk about Bitcoin, the more we get Jack Ballers going on CNBC and just thoroughly destroying their narratives. The more we get Elizabeth Warren attacking Bitcoin, the more we get everyone and their mother just saying the word Bitcoin, the more we take over the culture. And remember what we say here all the time. The way to win the political war here is by winning the cultural war. This is why we tell you guys to constantly make beautiful Bitcoin art, to have these conversations with your friends and family so they know that, oh, wait, these Bitcoiners aren't crazy people. They're just normal people that are trying to project or not trying to protect their purchasing power. This is all we're doing here. We see a problem. Instead of just complaining about it on the corporate press or, the left, the right paradigm, this is a whole new paradigm. You're a Bitcoiner. You protect your money. You store your value through time and space. And there's nothing these people can do to stop this train. As we see today, price is pumping. Number go up is the best marketer of Bitcoin. Besides the negative marketing that all of these people do, it's all good for Bitcoin. We're winning so hard. It feels so good. Look, I've been telling you guys for a while. I get bull-tarded, and I'm going to get even more bull-tarded as this year progresses.
You're a professionally paid bull-tard.
I'm a professionally paid bull-tard. Let's go. It's just incredible. Like, we're right. You're right. We have the tools to literally change the course of humanity, and this is what it's all about, guys. Like, we live in a world right now that is lacking hope. It's very nihilistic, and this is why Bitcoiners get so giddy. This is why we get so excited, is because it's like, man, we're right. Bitcoin is hope. Life can get better. It can improve on the Bitcoin standard. And all you really need to do is just save in Bitcoin. Just put some cash in Bitcoin, park it there, hold it for the long term, make sure you're taking it into custody, and number go up will fix all of this. It's so beautiful and so simple. All right, guys, I ranted enough. Enough ranting for me. Let's get into the culture so we can talk with Jose about what he's working on. But before we do that, guys, make sure you go get Bitcoin Evangelism. It's a great book by our friend Brian DeMint. You can buy it on Amazon or go into Orange Pill app and you can buy it with Bitcoin. We are all Bitcoin evangelists. We need to onboard 8 billion people, but at least a strong intransigent minority. So, I've been getting texts from my friends. One of my friends, he's like, yo, do I need to buy more? Yes. My other friend texted me. He's like, yo, what about this shitcoin? You need to have the talking points to counter the BS. And that's what Bitcoin evangelism is. It gives you a pragmatic blueprint of how to spread Bitcoin, because that's all we're doing here. We are all Bitcoin evangelists, whether you want to admit it or not. Anyways, let's get to the culture. Talk with Jose.
The Daily Culture.
Of course, before we do that, kaboom rack. Go to kaboomracks.com. If you're thinking about buying some ASICs, get in touch with the Kaboom Rack team. If you need to sell some ASICs because you want to just, just smash by some Bitcoin, get in touch with the Kaboom Racks team. If you have some ASICs and you want to host it, maybe your electricity is getting more expensive and you want to host it with the Kaboom Racks team, they will give you the white glove service. Get in touch with my boy Alex. He will literally most likely talk you out of actually buying ASICs and give you the fair economic treatment of what's going on in the Bitcoin mining space. But of course, go jump in the Telegram group, Kaboom Racks. I think it's t.me/Kaboom Racks. Talk with them. They will answer all your questions. They're the goats. I love these guys. They're cool people. And this is why we partner with them. Go buy, sell, and host your ASICs with Kaboom Racks. All right, Jose, we got a cool project here. There's TK. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with Viva Bitcoin first, or do you want to start with Time Chain Cube?
I'll quickly go over Viva Bitcoin. Is that all right?
Okay, yeah, cool. Let's start there.
Cool. So, because I know Andres, he's working with us via Bitcoin, just helping onboard Latinos, get the onboard the Latino community together. But more than anything, just focusing on education aspect of it, and basically, like, I'm on the team. I helped co-found it. Tony's the founder. He brought me on board. I put the website together. So my background is in web development. So that's where I'm helping there, and trying to work on it as much as possible. But that kind of brings me to like the topic of I remember when we were discussing like how can we onboard people, or what's the quickest way to onboard people onto Bitcoin. I kind of made a guide. It's still on the website right now, and it's we would have people download Wallet of Satoshi, which is now a problem here in the United States. So if you guys, it still still works in other countries, which is still fine, like Latin America and everybody and everywhere, South America. But if you were starting here, like what would you recommend? Like get this wallet, use this wallet. Which app would you recommend?
Oh, actually, rhetorical question, or not rhetorical question. Well, I usually look. I'm kind of like a Blue Wallet maxi. I absolutely love Blue Wallet. I've been using it for a long time. It's kind of been my daily driver. But to try to like get to like a Wallet of Satoshi type of like user interface. I was recommending Phoenix, though. Andres like yelled at me. He's like, dude, what is this? It's not that easy. It's super easy if you send Bitcoin on chain to Phoenix, but it's not as easy as Wallet of Satoshi. So I have been messing with like Mutiny. Shouts out to the team over at Mutiny. I absolutely love Mutiny. And then people still love Breeze. Though I don't really use it, or Moon as well. Like I don't use those ones as much. I have them on my phone. And then I kind of been playing with the Aqua wallet, though I'm still a little iffy about like Lightning and Liquid, but like it just works. It works really well. And I think that's where we're at right now, where it's like, look, not everyone is like as an ardent ideological Bitcoiner as us, and you just want to give them a wallet that works. And look, Aqua just works. So again, if we're trying to do like quick payments, then I say Phoenix or Aqua maybe, or, Mutiny Wallet. I love them. But usually if I just tell people to stack, I use Green Wallet and Blue Wallet. Like Blue Wallet's my daily driver. I've been using Blue Wallet for years now, or at least on my mobile phone. And it just works, man. Too bad they took out Lightning as well, because that was a cool way of using it. But I don't know, TK, what do you recommend?
Well, I contribute to Zeus and like
I love Zeus.
Like fucking Evan's a fucking beast.
Yeah,
but I've also found Blitz, not Blix, Blitz. Blitz is actually created by a guy named Ben Kaufman, and it's super beta.
Shut
super
up, Ben.
New, has not even been around very long. Like the Apple test flight has been like completely filled up already with like the 100 slots that we have, and he just got back from, I think he was like India or something. He's just one guy by himself, just coding up a brand new wallet because he wanted to create a new Lightning wallet. So I donated some sats to him too, because like, why not? More Lightning wallets, better for everybody. So I also use Aqua because I think it's super cool. I like the trade-offs that it gives you, because like you said, it's never a silver bullet type of thing. But I've also been using a lot of the eCash stuff. I'm in love with Minibits. Minibits is fucking awesome. It gives you the Lightning address. It gives you the ability to withdraw those sats to your actual self-custody Zeus or Breeze. I use both Zeus and Breeze for Lightning. So, and then, well, now I've got, Blitz added to the mix too. So it's good. I like it. I like having the optionality, because like maybe you try to send a route through one LSP and it doesn't work. So you go to your other wallet and you can use that one, and then that works. So, but definitely if you're trying to just get them to like get that, you just sent me value and it worked, is just get them on Cashew, get them with the Cashew Mint, because then it works right away. And it's that, that aha moment of, oh, wow, you just sent me something super quick, super fast. And I didn't have to, do seed phrase. You didn't have to do any of that nonsense, really. Like it's super quick, fast, and easy. So, I mean, yeah, it does have its trade-offs. Make sure you explain the trade-offs. But, as a beginner wallet, that could be something you could do. Like even the Primal app itself.
I was going to say Primal.
The wallet integrated in the app. Like
Primal is kind of cool. It's it's a Nostr client, but it's got a wallet in there, and it's like it kind of kills two birds with one stone. You're like, look, freedom of speech, but also it's got a wallet in there. This is cool. But yeah, I forget who it is. I think it might be Matthew J. He keeps hitting me in the DMs like, bro, you need to try what's it, like Mini Bits or eCashew or whatever.
Enuts.
Yeah,
and
Enuts.
Cashew, and then there's the Mini Bits. But I like the Mini Bits the most, because Mini Bits I feel like is like the Zeus. Like how Zeus you can have your LSP node, and then you can have your actual node all within the same app. And Minibits kind of works the same way. So you can have multiple Cashew mints within the Minibits itself. So you can not just have to rely on just one mint for each app. You can actually have multiple mints within Minibits. That's why I kind of like Minibits more.
Okay, sweet. All right, one question for you, TK, by Elaine. She said Blixt or Blitz?
So Blixt is one, and Blitz is another. Blitz is a new one. So I was like, horrible name. I told him we got to try to figure out another name, but he's got like such a cool logo. It's got like a bee with like the the bottom part's like a little lightning bolt. It's super cool looking. But yeah, Blitz with a Z.
Okay. All right. One last question, Jose. Then we'll talk about Time Chain Cube. XX, what's up with Coinbase now? Circuit breakers got hit. Bull run confirmed. Too much demand, quote unquote, too much demand for their platform. You know, it's just timely maintenance, bro. There's just timely maintenance. Now they just got
securities called in a favor.
Yeah, exactly. Now they just got to figure out their market making in the back end. It's pretty standard, guys. Your coin's still there. All right. Anyways, Jose, let's pivot a little bit. Let's talk about timechaincube.com. What is this?
timechaincube.com. Oh, dope. It's up there. So basically, it's just like a little Bitcoin dashboard. Has the price, the time, block height. Just a little project I started working on. It's inspired by Mempool, Mempool Space, Biffy Live, Time Chain Calendar. Kind of all those projects that give Bitcoin a heartbeat, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it's hard to understand when you can't see it or, touch it, right? You can't touch it. So I made something that you can kind of touch, right? If you put this up on your phone or your computer, you can, drag it, move it around. So I had to learn how to use render it, that little cube in the browser. I thought it wasn't going to work, but I spent quite a few hours trying to get this thing to learn this thing and put it together, because I didn't even know you could put text on the cube like that in the browser. And yeah, man, I was able to pull it off. Still work in progress. But hopefully if anybody wants to touch a Bitcoin, you can a block, right? You can kind of, move around. And then I did add a mempool cube on the top right. If you click there, it'll give you some mempool stats as well. And I am working on something a little bit different too, to give another visualizer. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the project.
Well,
I like that you can like spin it, like roll the dice.
Exactly. Roll the dice. Well, I hit you in the DMs when you mentioned this to me. Look, guys, I absolutely love like colored neon lights in my house. So, dude, I need a physical one of these that sits on my desk, about 12 inches big. So I know you're figuring out how to program this, but you got to figure out how we make this into an actual physical thing that sits on our desk, bro. That would be epic.
I know a guy's name's Torture. He does a lot of tinkering with this kind of stuff. Torture does cool shit. And I think if we could get crypto cloaks with maybe some like translucent filament, we could probably create the actual encasing to put the hardware in to make it actually happen.
And then make sure we have neon lights in it so it actually projects lights so we can set this on our desk. That would be so epic.
Yeah, definitely. A physical cue would be dope. I know Tortures does a lot of this stuff, dude. So I got to reach out to him and see if he's got any ideas. And like literally, when I uploaded this on Twitter for the first time, a lot of people were sending me those physical. Oh, dude, like this would be so cool and physical. So it's like when you mentioned it, I was like, dude, you're like probably the fourth, fifth person that has mentioned it, dude. So that it would be dope. It would be
all
dope.
Right, look, let me try to get this on Amazon real quick. Let me see if I can pull it up. They have these like light cubes, bro. All right, check it. Let's see if I can. Here we go.
Oh, I think I know.
Dude, look, this is literally what we need.
Yes!
We need one of these, but with the stats on it. Don't look at this other information here. We just want this. Like, guys, let's make this happen where it literally sits on your desk and it lights up and it gives you all the stats. That would be so absolutely epic. But I guess that's for the next time. So we're dude, Shark Tank Live on Simply Bitcoin. Let's make this happen. But man, this is super cool. Is there anything? Are you gonna like expand on this, or like what's the end goal with this?
So I have the next part of it in mind is I want to basically create like a like how I have a mempool queue as well, but like there's will be another button that'll basically show you like the actual like blocks, like in a block, like the amount of transactions, being represented by blocks inside of like in a box shape. So that's the next thing that I'm adding to it. So it's just kind of, for educational purposes, because like I said, I think that's one of the most important parts, and a lot of people still trying to grasp the whole concept. But yeah, I mean, dude, like there's all these tools that we can use to help people understand and grasp that concept that this is really going on like somewhere, right, on people's nodes and on the actual blockchain. So
We need to. I need this as like an app on my phone or something, because like I have like I forget who this one is. I don't remember this app, but you guys can see like let me show this full screen. I have like the block height on my
like a little widget
on my home screen. If you can make,
Okay.
I don't know if you could even turn a widget around like that, but that'd be
What
cool.
Well, what I did, how I did program it is it is a progressive web app. So if you pull it up on Safari, I know Apple's trying to get rid of this thing, but like progressive web apps. But if you try to save it as a bookmark, you could save it onto your home screen. So it'll be like a natural app on your phone. So you can just always go back to it and it'll take over the whole screen. But yeah,
That-
a widget would be dope.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be absolutely awesome. And guys,
Last I
this is
remember the PWA ban was only for EU, I think, if I believe correctly. It was only for EU.
That is correct. That's correct. Right now, it's currently in EU, and no doubt in my mind that it's going to come over here too. So,
yeah, and guys, this is just a website, timechaincube.com, just a way to visualize statistics of the Bitcoin network, of the mempools. But someone says you guys would literally waste your money on something like this in the physical form. Yes, I would absolutely spend my money on this if it literally projected colored light into my room. I absolutely love colored lights. I love LEDs. I love neon lights. If I could have this in my living room and it projected an orange color, an orange glow in my room, I would definitely buy one. I am that kind of person. Anyways, I gotta respond to the chat sometimes. Like, man,
If you're not buying Bitcoin trading cards, what are you doing with your life, man? Come on, you guys, look at that. The meme factory, look, the meme factory doesn't exist.
I think put the cards in front of you and they'll show better. Yeah, there you go.
See if we can get it close enough to see the meme factory. Up there, I disappeared.
Oh, he's gone. Yes, exactly. Cosplay is a $1 billion industry and it does nothing for me either. There's things that we do just because they're cool and they're fun. I don't know. I like neon lights in my room. I like them way better than bright LED lights that are white that make me feel like I'm in a lab rat, in my own apartment. It's all about the vibe. Anyways, Jose, anything else you want to plug before we roll this one out, dude? What are you guys working on at Viva Bitcoin? What's the next website? What's going on over here?
yeah, man. I mean, we're still building it. I mean, I'm on the development side of things, so like just building up the resources. So if anybody wants to send resources or has a better idea of how to orange pill Latinos, like send them this way. Why not? I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to code every single day. So that's kind of like I'm bringing those things together. So that's where we're at with this.
Ty. Actually, I'd like to ask you one question. Because we get this question a lot, and I see this theme and this trend a lot, and people that watch our show and even Bitcoiners in general is like, well, look, I'm not a developer. I'm not a miner. Like, how can I participate in the Bitcoin network? And you're just like, bro, I don't know, just take a crash course on doing some coding, and the next thing you know, you're just creating cool stuff that you want to create. So would that be your journey, or did you code before you got into Bitcoin? You were a coder and then you're like, I want to work on Bitcoin.
So yeah, actually, I learned how to code like in 2019, and that was like right before the pandemic hit. And I mean, fuck, bro, like I'm trying to build a career out of this, right? Fucking pandemic hits and everything goes to shit. But I was very unmotivated, and Bitcoin, the whole started pumping and all this stuff. So I'm like, dude, what can I do with this? So I mean, for me, that was enough motivation for me to like go and learn how to build stuff. I mean, it's pretty like once you get the hang of it, like if you're passionate about wanting to make something, because to me it's like art, right? You're creating it. You can make your own Bitcoin thing, or even like if it's a page, just show people show Bitcoin or teach people about Bitcoin, educate them. I mean, why not, right? Like it doesn't have to be a wallet. I don't know how to make a wallet. I'm pretty sure if I spent the time and I was passionate about making a wallet, I will get there. But I mean, I don't even know how to make a wallet. So it's like, it all depends, right? Does that make sense? Does that answer that question?
Yeah, definitely, dude. And something I say all the time, guys, like, look, you have particular skills. Look, if you're alive today and you have a job, then you have some kind of skills that I'm sure you can transport into Bitcoin. We don't all have to be coders. You don't all have to be Bitcoin miners. But hey, if you are called to do that, you can do that. Like even TK, TK creates Bitcoin content as well. It's not like you just do what you want to do. And that's the
Just a
beauty of
fucking meme
Bitcoin.
card. That's what I do. I just make memes and I host spaces Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Pacific time. Monday through Friday. It's the Orange Sun. So follow the Orange Sun Spaces on Twitter. Join us. We actually host that space as the earliest Bitcoin morning show because, to my knowledge, there isn't a show in Russia or Japan or anything like that. So we're the first morning show for specific European, African time zone and Australian because that's like evening time for Australia. So they're always tuning in from dinner time. And then I have my own podcast, Axioms of Liberty, that I just basically do like what Bitcoin, what Guy Swan did for Bitcoin. I just read libertarian articles. Right now I'm covering intellectual property and why intellectual property is a scam. So if you think that intellectual property isn't a scam, please give the show a listen. The last 2 episodes, I've got about 53 episodes so far. And I read everything from Lynn Sanders Spooner to Murray Rothbard to Mises to Walter Block, like you name it. I'm reading it because I'm interested in the topic, and it's something that I feel like is very important that we all get more educated in the libertarian philosophy and just the philosophy of life in general, because I don't just cover that stuff. There's other stuff that I find that I think is like real interesting. So anything I find like that, that's like, I feel like pertains, like we just did an episode recently on like free will. So I read an article about if does free will exist? And so it kind of went down the rabbit holes of like the entire philosophy of, what entails free will and this and that and the other. So like, I mean, it's just more of a personal journey for myself. And I just hope you guys, if you guys like it, you guys find value in it, listen.
Let's go. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming on. First of all, TK, thanks for coming off the bench and co-hosting with me. Jose, thanks for showing up on the show. Let's go with TK. I mean, you just plugged a little bit, but what do you want the people to go check out before we wrap up today?
And hey, if you guys are ever in Orange County, hit me up. I'm one of the hosts for the Orange County Bitcoin Meetup. So we're always hosting every Thursday, 6:30 at Steelcraft Brewery in Garden Grove. So if you guys are down and in the area, always hit us up. We're always hosting. There's always some kind of Bitcoin meetup. I think we have meetups on Sunday, every other Tuesday, Thursday, and then I think Saturday, man. We've got meetups here all the time, everywhere. But yeah, I mean, you guys just follow me at Toxicat, TOXIKAT27 on Twitter. So, I mean, I like to shit post a lot. Memes are my thing. So that's what I do. But,
And everyone in the chat's wondering, where'd you get the Rogue Money shirt?
Rogue Money, shout out, Proof of Ink. Proof of Ink.
Ah, let's go. Shouts out Proof of Ink. All right, guys, let's go. All right, well, TK, thanks for filling in today. I'll pull you behind the scenes, hang out for a minute. And Jose, thanks for coming on, bro. Really appreciate it. I'm going to have to beg you. I want a physical cube. We need to make these physical. I don't know how this happens, how we make this happen, but a physical one would be epic. And I think that should be the next thing you figure out.
We'll work on it. Maybe we'll put a Geyser fund together too and see who's interested, and we'll make it happen.
Let's go. Yeah, man. Hit up all the tinkers. Let's make this physical. All right, Jose. Well, last shout out. What do you want people to check out? Where can they find you on Twitter for the audio listeners? All that good stuff.
Yeah. So on Twitter is JOS3 Shaw. So you guys can find me there. Time Chain Q, please check it out. If you have any ideas on how to improve it, dude, I'd like to hear anybody. If you guys want to see something, that's a challenge for me, I'll try to work on it. And yeah, dude, like I'm just focused on web development. So if anybody needs a web developer or wants to learn web development, please holler at me.
Let's go. Someone hire him. Taking SAD for web development. This is how we build the circular economy. All right, Jose. Well, thanks for showing up, bro. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to pull you off. Thanks for showing up, bro. Hang out behind the scenes, and then we'll wrap the show up. All right, guys. Well, it's the Monday show. We're coming in strong. We gave you some bull juice. It looks like the Bitcoin price is pumping. We're at all-time high of Bitcoin market cap. It looks like we might be kissing all-time high in terms of price on the chart. Even though TK and I were talking about it earlier today, if you calculate and adjust for inflation, all-time high is not at 69K. But hey, we'll bring the maths another day. That's a totally different conversation. Psychological level of 69K is about to be broke. I think maybe this week. We'll see. I don't know. We'll be covering it all week. Nico will be back tomorrow. We got man, we got a good lineup for you guys this week. Bunch of cool stuff. And on that note, guys, share the love. Don't just share Simply Bitcoin content, share all Bitcoin content. And of course, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know, comment your hate in the chat, in the comments. We love it all. We take it all. We appreciate it all. Just help push the orange signal. This is the way, guys. On that note, been your boy Opti, and we will be back tomorrow. Peace out.
This episode was brought to you by BitcoinWell.com, a Bitcoin-only platform on a mission to enable financial independence.